Okay, so I want to document the garden and where it is and what I have planted so that I will maybe remember next year what did come back and what didn't come back. I am a fairly new gardener. We moved here right before the pandemic in 2020, and I had a blank slate and I had no idea what to do. And there was nothing else to do, so I tried to do some gardening. Um, this mound here was not a mound, but when they put the garage on, they just put all the soil there in a mound, and it's nothing but clay, and water comes down from the field, and we have a lot of standing water. So I need to eventually put a ditch and drain in there and have it kind of run off. But, I'll get to that one of these days. So it's right now just trial and error until I get that done, seeing what will work and what won't work. So we're gonna start over here, and let's see here. We've got some ground cover, some ajuga, which I think I just planted a little plug of that, I think just last year. And it's doing great. It's gotten nice and big. I just planted the heuchera, and then we have dianthus. I think that's a Mexican sunflower there, but I'm not sure. Then we have sedums. So this is the drier area over here, and it gets wetter as we go. So, so the sedums are doing well there. Then I just planted these Asiatic lilies there, and then those ones are ones that were planted last year. So you can see they're not as far along. So hopefully those come back. I had some other Asiatic lilies over towards the front over there, and it just was too wet, and they didn't make it. This lamb's ear was just one little plant, and it has grown. I have replanted it around this garden. I've given it to friends. So it's doing really well. It doesn't mind the wet clay soil. Then I have White Wands Veronica. It just started blooming out yesterday, really. I think the spikes were there, and now they've started to turn white, and that is just gorgeous. And there's Mr. Gandy checking it out. Hi, Gandy Reed. And I noticed this one has got a hole in it, so I'm thinking maybe it's time to divide it. So, but I have to say, the Proven Winners White Wands Veronica is definitely one of my favorites. And then, let's see, we have this likeness. I think that is there. It looks red, but it's really orange. So I just planted those. I have them planted somewhere else, a red variety, and they've come back, but it's not as waterlogged as it is here. So I will just see. Those Veronicas there have not bloomed yet. I planted those last year. They were pink. Let's see, this Hypericum. So those were 3 plants, and it looks like one big mound now. So I really like them. They get yellow flowers, big yellow flowers on them. Maybe not big, but lots of them anyways. And it's really pretty, but we're not there yet. But it's the beginning of June, and it looks like any moment now. Then I have my vanilla strawberry hydrangea there. I have 2 of them, one there and one on the far end there. So let's see, some more ajuga ground cover, some echinacea that's getting ready to bloom. This, which I cannot remember what that was, and no idea. That's why I'm making this video, so I can start to remember what's what next year. So some roses, which I don't want to say it too loud, but I'm not a fan of them, so they don't look very good very long, and the Japanese beetles come, and it's just but right now it looks okay. So hostas, a sweet potato vine, and that sweet potato vine gets really big, usually makes a ground cover. Some years that I've done this, it grows really big, makes a great ground cover. Last year, not so much. So, but I thought I would plant one and just kind of see. Then I have yarrow behind that. And then behind that, I just planted Pretty Betsy Jupiter's Beard Centranthus. So I have them there, and over there by the cat sculpture. I have 3 bunches of them. Maybe actually more, but 3 little groupings. So I thought that was really pretty. It's like a pinky orange. I have some liatras there, So I have some of the Alba whites and some purple ones. So I just planted those last year and they're coming back, and I have more of them planted somewhere else. So back there, that grassy is a Crocosmia, and so that'll be a pretty red eventually. This is St. John's wort, and I'm in a zone 5, 6, depending on what you look at. So it completely dies down to the ground, but then it comes back up. Last year I thought it was dead, but it wasn't, and it isn't, and it gets huge yellow flowers, absolutely gorgeous. We've got some more heuchera. Then we've got Mr. Mustard there, and Mr. Mustard likes to spread. He sends out shooters, and well, I just pull them. Like, actually, I just noticed earlier there is one shooting out in the oak leaf hydrangea. So there's some more speedwells, Veronica speedwells, that I planted last year. Oh no, these ones I just planted this year. And then right behind them, I have a salvia that was the same color, but their blooms are gone. So I've pretty much cut them mostly back. I think I still have some that I need to cut back. And I was just kind of hoping to keep that color there. Let's see. I just planted this year. I've already lost the tag. I cannot remember. I'm sure I'll find it eventually, but it's 1 to 3 feet, and it's supposed to get a beautiful red color in the fall. And let's see, this is Jacob's Ladder. So right there, and I just planted Jacob's Ladder, and so hoping that makes it. I have some hostas. This is actually, it's cloudy now. It looks like it's about to rain, but I love that hostas cover the ground, and these seem to do fairly well in the sun. So surprise, surprise. And so other than slugs, but I found out slugs are bad alcoholics. So I put out the beer, and I have killed lots of slugs. So I'm hoping that that will help with the, because they've really been eating everything up. So I mean, if you can look there, they've just decimated those. So anyways, so let's see, I have hostas. I have no idea what that is, so I will wait and see when that blooms and see what in the world I planted there. Those are black-eyed Susans. I have one there and I have two there. They have managed to make it through the clay waters, winters, so they make it, they come back, so I like those. I could probably stand to get some more. I planted daisies a lot, and it's just too wet for the daisies. So then I have red hot pokers. They're looking really good right now, so beginning of June, looking good. Then I have, I believe that is false indigo there, and so it's already past its prime. So I would say the end of May. It was gorgeous, yellow and brown blooms. It was so pretty, but it is just past its peak. And then I have, let's see here, goat's beard right there, and some more heucheras. Those heucheras were planted last year, as well as those, and then these three were planted this year, as well as those. So I'm hoping it doesn't get too waterlogged and that they come back. Then I have Coreopsis there. They were beautiful end of May, not looking so hot right now. I don't think they're thriving, but they're still alive. More of the I think those speedwells I spent $1 on, all these bunches that I have, and they're doing great. They've come back. They're bigger than they were last year. So happy with that. That is a sweet spire there, and it's got the little like bottle brush flowers. And then behind that I have the Sundrop Primrose, which I went and got those, dug those up from an abandoned trailer. And I just had a little tiny bunch, and it looked like they died. I thought that was it. And the next year I had a big clump, and then they just keep getting bigger and bigger. They bloom during the day, and then they start to close up in the evening, and they're just beautiful. And then the foliage, everything goes away, but I have a bunch of daylilies there. So as the primrose go away, then the daylilies can be seen, and it just kind of transitions. So far, so good on that. Then over here I have bugleweed. And so I'm just kind of playing with different ground covers, seeing what will take off and what won't, just to kind of suppress the weeds. I planted Creeping Jenny, and I'd read reviews, and some people said it was awful and it was horrible. Other people said it was easy to pull. So I had some. There's Miss Glady. I had some in a shady area though, and it didn't overtake. So I thought, well, I'll try it. And it was great. It was a great ground cover. It was thick. It was wonderful, but she was a real thug. She was a real creep. She ended up climbing up the plants and was choking them out. So, and then this usually is a very sunny location, so she scorched. So she was really pretty in the spring. End of summer, she looked pretty beat. Burnt, and then she was just choking everything. So I have fought her last summer and this spring, and hopefully Jenny won't show her face around here anymore, but I don't think I'll get that lucky. So anyways, I'm playing with other ground covers, hoping that something will really work well. So there's some more, let's see, the lamb's ear there was a transplant from that original, and I bought another one there. Some more likeness and heuchera. Here's another ground cover I just got this year to play with, and this is called White Bellflower. So hopefully it makes it and it doesn't drown this winter. So okay, then I have a summer wine 9 bark there, and next to that is my strawberry vanilla hydrangea. So, and of course I did a big row of arborvitae. So then we're going to come around here, and this is still needs some work. There's a homemade trellis I made. I think this is the 3rd year for it. I've tried different things up it. It does get a fair amount of sun over here. So there's another of those $1 Veronica Speedwells, which has just done great for me. So then I have Thunbergia there on each side. Then I have some cucumbers in the middle to climb up, and then some catmint in front of it. So there's some heuchera that I planted last year, some more sedum, and then all of those lilies, ditch lilies. I went and dug them all up. I probably got more than I needed, but I just wanted them to fill in, and I wanted them now, and now I'm probably gonna have to dig some up soon because they really are thriving. So, but I love them. They remind me of my grandma, so I just really do enjoy them. There's a bush that I got, and I can't remember the name of it. It gets berries on it. Don't remember though. And then this, I think is a manhole, part of a manhole cover. Anyways, it was all rusted and beautiful, and it was leaning up on my parents' house, and it belonged to my stepbrother. So I said, can I have that for my garden? And of course he was really nice and said yes. So I brought it in here, and I put some stuff around it. Let's see, I have lamb's ears, Stacky's Humalo there, which is already starting to flower and get purple. And then I have there another likeness, Maltese cross, and it gets red flowers. And then I have behind that, I have another Veronica. I think that's a Proven Winners, and it's purple, and it's big and glorious, and some more Liatras that are purple. So I had a lot of purple and red there. Last year, however, the neighbor's calves got out, and they knocked it over, and they ate it, and they cut this bush in half, knocked it over, and it is a Kodiak Orange Dravella. I believe Kodiak Orange or Kodiak Yellow. I'm not sure. It gets orange leaves and yellow flowers, and it's just so pretty. So then next to it, this was unmarked when I bought it, so it was kind of like a mystery plant. And for 2 years, it did not bloom. It would start to, and then bugs would eat it. But I'm thinking that it's a viburnum. So again, early June, zone 5-6. I think that's what it is. So my bottle tree, And then this is where things start to look a little rough right now still, because I'm not done. So let's see. Then I have a where is it? A trumpet vine right here. So I'm kind of thinking though, after my run-in with Jenny, that maybe I don't want the trumpet vine here, because I've read lots of bad things about that. So I may move it way down there, or I may just get rid of it. As much as I love them, I'm a little nervous after my interaction with Jenny. So there's a spirea, and boy does it get red and beautiful in the spring. It's got its first little bloom there. So that's gonna look pretty soon. It looked pretty when it budded out, and it's still pretty actually, even without a bloom, but it's even gonna look prettier. Then I have a whole bunch of liatras there that get nice and big and kind of mirror the shape of the bottles, which looks kind of cool. And then I have a crane's bill hardy geranium there, but it's getting eaten by something, so I need to look into that because it looks really terrible and figure out what's going on. More speedwells there. There's a purple and there was a bigger pink there that will be blooming. What is that? Platycodon? I can't even remember. Something balloon plant with purple and white flowers. Allium there, and then this is where it gets. This will eventually be a vegetable garden. I just haven't got there yet. And then down at the very end, I planted a bunch of hydrangeas and a hibiscus, a hardy hibiscus. So the hydrangeas, I have 2 microphylla hydrangeas, which just don't work for me. They just don't bloom. They die back. They come back. There's never any flowers. So I'm probably going to dig them up and get rid of them. But then I also have some panicle ones and some small ones that are like 1 to 2 foot tall and wide, and 2 to 3 foot. So I have a bunch of those. Oh, Susie, don't eat his safety glasses, honey. So, that's Susie and Gandhi. So, let's see here. So usually I have flowers in that pot, but I just haven't made it there yet. So yeah, and then I did get, there's a gift from a friend, and I did a bunch more transplants of the lamb's ear, but again, they look like they're dead for now. And I did back in the back, that one right back there is going to be a hydrangea that is going to get 5 to 6 feet wide and tall. So in the backdrop, I should have a nice big one, and then the rest are the 2 to 3, 1 to 3 foot hydrangeas. So, and then this one is a really special peony. This peony is called Faye. It belonged to my friend's grandmother, and she gave it to me when I lived in my old house, and I had it planted by the house. Again, I was really not a very good gardener. I still may not be, but I'm into it more now. But it was one of my few plants there, and I dug it up and I brought it here, and it's taken 3 or 4 years now for it to bloom. I guess 3 years, and maybe 4. And it was one of the first things I planted here. And so, I mean, I've been waiting and waiting. So I was so excited to see Faye bloom, and she was gorgeous, and just really looking forward to more blooms from her. So it's coming together slowly but surely.